Hey, what's going on, toy heads? Jason here with Toybot.
All hail Toybot!
Coming at you today with my first toy haul video of 2023. So I'm going to get right into it. So for my first toy hunt of 2023, I got up in the morning. I had fully intended upon getting up a lot earlier to head out. Didn't, and ended up getting a text from a buddy saying he had found King Hiss and a bunch of other new Masterverse figures. So I was like, I gotta get out. I gotta get out there. Gotta get out to the hunt. And I went to my nearest Target and definitely struck out. There wasn't anything. There was no clearance figures. There was nothing for MOTU, nothing for TMNT. Zilch. So then I decided I'm going to try another Target and maybe a Walmart, see what they've got. So the next Target I went to, though, went right back there and right away spotted the new storage shell turtles on the peg. So went over there, kind of scoped them out, hummed and hawed about whether or not I wanted to get those or not. Then as I'm looking around, I'm checking the MOTU pegs and still seeing that Naked Stratos wave, which I'm just tired of seeing every time I go out, but it's there. Hopefully people just buy them so we can get them off the pegs and maybe they can bring in some of the newer waves. But as I was scoping out, I happened to notice on the bottom I saw, that's right, King Hiss. So I snatched him up and I noticed there was another figure behind him. So I was thinking, oh, it's probably just another King Hiss, but it was not another King Hiss. It was Thunder Punch He-Man. So I managed to scoop up both King Hiss and Thunder Punch He-Man in one go at the second Target I went to on my hunt. And as I'm kind of going over the figures, looking to see what else there might be, maybe some Masterverse, but I was kind of keeping an eye out for both Hordak and She-Ra because I hear they're on that clearance for that $9.89. I'm looking around and I see the giant size Raphael. And so I'm like, oh, I see some other turtles back there. So move Raphael out of the way and boom, who's the next turtle I see? But Donnie. So I absolutely had to get my hands on the giant Donatello. It's pretty much the only figure I want of the giant size. I did consider getting all the brothers since they had Leo, Donatello, and Raph. No Mikey, but I guess recently found out that apparently Mikey is a Walmart exclusive. So I guess if I head to Walmart this weekend, I might keep an eye out for him. But mainly Donatello is who I want in the giant size. I'm collecting his, the vintage variants and everything of him, and even newer lines. Donnie, so I focus on. So I was really excited to pick him up. After that, I scoped around, trying to, thinking about whether or not I wanted to get the storage shell turtles. I ultimately decided that I didn't need to get them. Left them for somebody else who really wants them. Because as far as those reproduction turtles are concerned, I got the basic four brothers. I don't really feel like I need to get the storage shells. I do have a vintage storage shell Donatello, which is good enough for me. I wouldn't mind tracking down his accessories though. So maybe I'll keep an eye out for that. Other than that, decided, okay, cool. I found one. It was a good haul. I decided, I'll go home now. But then, real quick, at the last second, I decided to head south to Walmart. And pretty much struck out there. They really did. The Walmart that I usually go to did not have anything. I was actually checking to see if they had the new superpowers, which they did not. Checking on the price of that flocked Panther, which is still now, it's on clearance, down for $29. I'm holding out for maybe it to drop a little bit. And the only reason I'm hoping it'll drop more is because that snake playset from the CG He-Man, that had gone on clearance finally for $19, and I went and snatched it up. And then the next day they dropped it even more, dropped it down to $9.99. So I felt really done with that, which I actually did end up returning that and just picking it up again for the $9.99 because it was a matter of a day. I hadn't even taken out of the car. So I was kind of thinking the same thing might happen with the flocked panther. Still seeing plenty around at the Walmarts in my area, so I'm hoping just keep an eye on it. As soon as that drops like a little bit more, I'm definitely want to pick up the flocked panther. But as you can see, I did come across Hordak, and the story behind that was that Toy Habits had posted some links to Mechanic and the Masterverse movie Skeletor and He-Man with links to the Target, to the items on Target.com. So I was looking at the Mechanic and I saw that one of the Targets a little bit further out from me showed that it had it in their inventory, and along with that also showed that they had the movie Skeletor. So I was like, well, if I drive all that way and it's still, if I don't find one, hopefully the other one's there, because it said they had a couple of one of them. Anyways, I get there and nope, totally strike out. Neither of those figures there. Pretty disappointed, but I glanced over and I see this clearance aisle that had a whole bunch of Hordaks. So I ran over there, snatched him up, looked around for She-Ra. No She-Ras at all, just a bunch of Hordaks, Trap Jaws, then a bunch of King Grayskulls, which were not on clearance, and same with the Beastman. So I don't know why Beastman and King Grayskull were in the clearance section, but no, there was just a whole bunch of the Hordak. So I managed to scoop them up. I'm still looking for the She-Ra figure, though, for the Masterverse. Looking to try to still scoop her up on clearance, but it might be harder now to do that. It might. If anybody out there knows, has a lead on that in the Washington area, go ahead and drop a comment if you don't mind. But yeah, so ended up scooping him up. That was on the first part of the hunt, and then next day back at work, I ran over to another Target just on a whim because I wanted to find that She-Ra. Determined to find She-Ra on a clearance, and the same thing, clearance section, bunch of Hordaks, no She-Ras. But I did find Mechanic with the Ground Ripper, formerly known as the Road Ripper. So I did end up getting the Mechanic after all. So I'm very happy to get that. So overall, I'd say it was pretty. I haven't had that much success on a toy hunt in quite a long time. So I was very, very stoked to pick these all up. So yeah, guys, I don't know how's. Let me know how your guys' toy hunts are going out there. Your first few hunts of the year. I was pretty excited that my first hunt of 2023 that I actually got, 3 of the items right off the bat at one store that I've been wanting to get my hands on. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I'm hoping maybe go on a hunt today or tomorrow. Check out some Walmarts, maybe see if that new wave of superpowers is out, because I would like to get my hands on Nightwing, Deathstroke, and Wonder Woman. If you happen to know, if you're in the Washington area and you've seen them at any of the Walmarts, please feel free to let me know. Drop a comment, shoot me a message, and yeah, I love any leads you guys got on those. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up, guys. Until next time, guys. Happy hunting. All hail Toybot.
Big boy. Meow.